The world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. And Bob, how's it going?
It's going good.
Going good?
Yep.
All right. Well, we got guests out the yang yang. You got something you want to do first?
No, I'm just.
Oh, I thought you were fixing to read something before we got to our guest.
I just got my notes about the event that they're here to talk about.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see what they have to say. Who's here?
This Sunday night at Calvary Baptist Church, they've got the community Thanksgiving service, and we've got Pastor Pete Boyd, who's the pastor of that church, here with some other guests. I want to turn it over to him and tell us what all's going to take place on Sunday. Appreciate you coming in.
My pleasure, Butch and Bob. Thank y'all for inviting us to come today. This upcoming Sunday night at Calvary Baptist Jesup, we're going to have a community-wide service. I think it's number 24. So 20-plus years ago, Brother Van established this service. It's a community-wide service where we get together, we sing to the Lord.
Right.
We hear some great preaching. At least I hope we are this Sunday night. But we hear some great preaching. We have an opportunity to give to the Good Samaritan Center, which is a worthy cause here in town. It's just a time where brothers and sisters across the denominations, across racial lines, we have an opportunity to come and get just a small glimpse of what heaven will be like one day.
People ask the question, how do they pick the speakers for the event?
Well, that is done by us as a staff, and we generally try to get two different speakers from two different denominations. And because we are a Baptist church, hey, we're going to ask a Baptist guy to come each year. You can mark that down. So this year, we have the pastor, Paul Eastwood, who's the pastor of First Baptist Church in Scriven. He's going to preach this upcoming Sunday night. And we also invited a church that I drive by every single day, beautiful church, wonderful church, great people are there, even though Walker Reddish goes there. Yeah. Brandon Stone, who is the pastor at Crossroads Church of God. And I've heard him preach and speak before. And both of these men, they love Jesus, they love the Word of God, they love people. Why shouldn't they come and preach?
All right.
So who wants to go first? Who wants to talk first?
Amen, amen. And Brother Pete forgot to say the good-looking pastor at Crossroads Church of God.
Introduce yourself.
But my name is Brandon Stone. I am the pastor of Crossroads Church of God, and I'm looking forward to this community service. I'm so used to it, where I've pastored in the past, and I really believe this. If we're going to win the community, I think we have to come together as church, as the church as a whole, the unified church, and that's what, to me, that's what this is all about. It really does. It breaks denominational lines, and we're able to, like I said, come together as God intended it, and I believe it's powerful to do that. And again, I look forward to this coming night, Sunday night. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful night of worship. And again, can't wait. I'm excited. And I appreciate you, Pastor, for allowing us to come and be a part of it.
Sounds great. Who's next? Who do you have next to you here?
I'm Paul Eastwood. I'm pastor at First Baptist Church Scriven. And as Bob was asking Pete how he picks the people, I'm not sure. They must have run out of people to ask because it got down to me. So
see how he picked you. You got that Alabama shirt.
Roll Tide.
That's how you got selected.
Go Dogs.
So what an honor to be asked to preach at this service. You know, I've been in Wayne County about 6 years now. I've been at Scriven about 2 years, but you know, I've been going to this service since I've been here, and I've seen men such as Jack Lee, Van Dempsey, Calvin Anderson, Tim Horn, you know, those preachers that I look up to and respect, and you know, for a younger pastor compared to them, relative younger pastor, except Tim, he's young too. So, but relatively speaking, it's just an honor to be asked to go, and like I'll repeat what Brandon said. You know, one of the sermons I'm working on, I'm not sure if it's the one I'm going to preach or not, but unity and community. That's and right. I think that's important as the church to be unified. You know, the world's trying to divide us in all kinds of different ways, and we're unified in Christ. That's and right. So that's the most important thing, and we can be unified in that. So.
And again, next we've got the man in charge of the community choir. It's always a community choir, and Bruce Harris, who is the music minister at Calvary Baptist Church, organizes this. How do you go about doing that? How many weeks has this been in preparation? And
do
you have people reaching out to you that want to be part of it, or how's it work?
Usually,
I've been here long enough. I kind of know a lot of the people in the county that can sing, and I know a lot of them in their choirs. So I start way back trying to think about songs that we can do, and we'll be singing a song called King of Glory, which is just a powerful song. And I've got a lady from my church will be singing part of it, but also a guy, Jonathan Papa, will be singing with her. But I've been fortunate enough to be here long enough. I know a lot of people, so I can kind of put people together. But I love to get people from other churches to come sing. This isn't about Calvary Baptist and what Calvary Baptist does. This is about us as a community and what we can do together.
Well, that's one great selection that you're doing. You just talked about there. Anything else that you can highlight?
We're singing a song called Gratitude, which is a song that's pretty popular right now. And then we'll kick the service off. I normally don't do 3 choir songs, but in preparation for it, actually my piano player called me the other day and said, man, it'd be great to kick that service off with a song we sing called Let the Veil Down. And it's a powerful song as well. So I listen to our team at church too, but that's usually how I go about it. But it started 6-8 months ago, thinking about what we're going to do tonight.
Like you mentioned,
this
is the 24th year. I've been fortunate to be at a lot of them. Like I say, it's a great way to kick off the holiday season.
That's
like I
right.
say, it's just a great event. But what I like about it, like I said, everybody's invited. It's a community-wide event.
That's right.
Everybody comes and has a great time. It's always a packed house. Talk about the offering they take up for the
Good Samaritan.
Good Samaritan Center. Tell us how important that is.
Well, the Good Samaritan Center, they just do not, feed people in need during Thanksgiving time and Christmas time. They're open year-round. And, various churches will have drives. Like, here at Calvary Jesup, we had a food drive this past month. Dropped off a lot of bags of food this past Sunday, but that only gets them through so many months. So the money that we raise at this service, every dime that's given for this offering, every penny goes to the Good Samaritan Center. They use those funds to provide for the needs during the rest of the year where, giving is a little bit down. Because most people think about giving at Christmas time, at Thanksgiving, like Bram's talking about, and you as well, Bob, about the holiday season. But people are hungry in January and May just as much as they are in November.
Well, why don't you do something after the first year? This is all aimed at the kids and the holidays and the families and needs and stuff like that. But there's people like Bob and I. We are bachelors who don't know how to cook. All right, and we're dependent upon the fine food at the restaurants that we find here in Jesup and Wayne County. But sometimes we'd like to have a home cooked meal. I think that some church ought to get together and have home cooked meals for the single bachelors in Wayne County who do not know how to cook.
Crossroads Church of God is on top of that. Brandon wants to talk about it. Brandon wants to talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to dive right into that, ain't we? Definitely good outreach, my friend.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, boy. That's going to be a great event. I do want to read one text that we have received in. If you have any questions or comments, you always can text in at 912-427-3711. Our main business line is text enabled. It says, inquiring minds want to know. Okay, since this is radio and there's no video. Inquiring minds want to know who is the best looking pastor and which one would win in an arm wrestling contest.
That would be the pastor of the Crossroads Church of God. As I look around this room, it's obvious in here this morning. Hey, would y'all agree with that?
No. Sure.
Hey.
Don't have much to choose from.
Hey.
Yeah, that's good.
I would like to say, Bob, we will have a choir practice at 4:30. We'd love for anybody that wants to come be a part of the choir to come on. We run about 68 to 72, 73, but I can get over 100 chairs up there. So we'd love to have them. Don't worry about it if you think you can't sing. Come on. We'll get it out of you.
What if you know you can't sing?
I think that's an open interview for me to get up there, right?
It is. Pete's coming.
And you can't sing either, no?
No, Pete can sing. He can sing.
It'll sound better up there, though.
Well, like I said, just wanted to make sure people are aware of this event. Again, it's a great community event, but that's the word we're stressing. It's a community event. You don't have to be a member of Calvary Baptist Church to attend. This is all denominations, so it's always a fun event. Like I said, always powerful messages and great music. So hopefully another packed house will be on hand.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Appreciate you coming in.
And somebody wants to know which church has the best cooks.
The Baptist churches.
And Brandon was a Baptist years ago, so you can vouch for that, right?
Lord have mercy. I'm gonna have to get y'all boys converted, right?
I thought I was going to have to close the. You hear them laughing and talking now, folks, on the radio. You should have heard them out in the green room earlier. I have a door here to the studio, and I thought I might have to close it because they were almost drowning me out. But I did find it. We did find it anyway. But they were having a great time out there in the green room. If you want to have a fun time, put a bunch of pastors together, and you're laughing and having a good old time.
Did you enjoy your M&Ms?
Yeah, I thought. Remember, it was blue M&Ms in our dish.
That's right, you wanted blue,
I
right?
didn't see any M&Ms. The first thing I asked, where are the blue M&Ms?
All right, guys. Appreciate you coming in this morning.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all
Appreciate you for
much.
having us.
All right.
Thank you.
Bob, anything else with them? All right. All right, we'll be back with more of the world-famous Butch and Bob show in a minute. Stay tuned.
Me and my buddies grew up on the Omaha.
Concerts are memories that last a lifetime. Join us for Hospice of South Georgia, Inc.'s very first charity concert event, Omaha River Jam, featuring Cameron Marlowe,
Tonight we're gonna burn them all.
Dylan Carmichael, Mackenzie Carpenter, and Lance Stinson.
I was born there, raised up right there.
We're taking over JC Fairgrounds in Jesup on November 18th for a great night of country music, football, food, drinks, vendors, and more. Our gates will be open at 3 p.m. for a special Georgia versus Tennessee live stream and tailgate to kick off the fun. All funds raised will go towards our organization to support the free hospice services we provide to families in need. So grab your tickets now, and we'll see you in JC Fairgrounds in Jesup. Learn more about this event by visiting OmahaRiverJam.com.
On the banks of the Omaha. Oh, we done taught them all we know, brother.
105.5 FM in Jesup. And Bob, the good news is there's going to be mostly clear skies for Saturday night for the Omaha River Jam.
Yeah.
So the weather gets good this weekend.
Yeah, Kylie and Kaylee will be in here tomorrow to promote that event again tomorrow. And
Yep.
also we got Buddy Carter calling in. Talk about the craziness going on up here in Washington.
Man, I thought I was going to see an MMA fight up there. Man, that looked good. I was like, he's going to be in there taking his jewelry off. I thought the next thing would have been if the chairman hadn't told him to sit down, he'd probably been taking his shirt off, getting ready to rumble in Congress.
And Bernie Sanders was able to calm him down. Tell him to sit down. That's crazy. That's just one incident. I mean, there's been several. And, McCarthy's still being accused of punching that guy in the kidney.
I know.
McCarthy says he
punched
didn't
me in
do
the
it.
kidney. Where's the video?
Buddy and McCarthy are good friends, so can't wait to ask him about that. So, but
He's even filed ethics complaints against him.
yeah, it's
Man, I
nuts.
tell you.
You think they'd have
You're
enough
supposed to be
worry
our
about.
leaders. Lead by example.
It's been crazy up there.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Jeez. Bring out the popcorn. We're going to watch Congress.
Just can't wait to hear everybody's thoughts and comments on all that's taking place. They did avoid the shutdown again, so let's see what his thoughts on that is. But they had to do the same thing that McCarthy got run out for.
Right. But
cooperating
at least Democrats joined this time, so they got it passed. They didn't join last time. There's just that few Republican congressmen who they just have their agenda and they want that agenda done, and they ran McCarthy off and the other one, and now they're in the third one because they couldn't get enough votes at this time and avoided the shutdown of any type because of the Democrats joining the Republicans' budget. It's just crazy.
It is crazy.
It is absolutely crazy. But it's been going on ever since Congress has been meeting. You go back and look at civics and history and through the years and what was done right after we first started. It's just human beings. You ever watch them over in England when they got one party on one side of the room and one party on the other, and the other party on the other side of the room? They're yelling at each other back and forth. You ever seen that? You ever watch videos on that? That's crazy, man. We think they're crazy here in our Congress. They're just as crazy over there across the pond, man. Sheesh. And in other legislatures that you see around the world, they just People's tempers flare. All right. What else is going on? Bob, anything on your mind this morning?
It's a big weekend of college football. Looking forward to that. Georgia, Tennessee is going to be fun. So see how the Dogs do up at Rocky Top. Going to find a mad Tennessee team because they got whipped by Missouri. So I'm sure they'll be ready to try to bounce back. So be an interesting test. They did set the Georgia Tech game as a night game, so that was interesting. So the Georgia Tech game in a couple weeks is a night game.
Will be a night
game in Atlanta.
Okay. All right.
So they set the time on that. And I said Georgia's got to get through Tennessee, Georgia Tech, and then get ready for the big SEC title game in Atlanta. Should be fun against Alabama.
Yeah. That pastor from Scribner wearing an Alabama shirt.
Alabama still got the big Iron Bowl with Auburn.
Yep, they got the big Iron Bowl against Auburn.
But it's winding down. See if there's chaos at the end or everything works its way out. So it's still, I still can't get my thought around these talking heads that keep saying that if Alabama beats Georgia in the SEC championship game, but them and Texas are sitting there both with one loss, that Texas will get the nod over Alabama. I'm having a hard time grasping that. You win an SEC championship, you think
you win the championship,
you think you'd get in, especially over the two-time defending national champion Georgia. So I don't see how they keep Alabama out if Alabama wins that ball game. But it'll be interesting. They're saying if FSU stays unbeaten and either Michigan or Ohio State, the Big Ten champions, undefeated, and Washington stays undefeated, but there's only one spot left, and if this comes down to two teams with one loss, Texas and Alabama, that Texas would get it over Alabama. I don't see that happening. I don't believe that. I don't think it's going to happen anyway because I think Georgia's going to be undefeated and get in. But that's what they're saying. They're saying if Alabama beats Auburn, wins this week, wins the SEC championship game, and it comes down to only one spot left between Alabama and Texas, that Texas would get it because Texas beat Alabama in the first game of the season, head-to-head.
That was a long time ago, and they didn't win a championship. Yeah. And you take a look at the strength of schedule since then, and and the defense and the scoring and all that. You put all those stats together there and see what you come up with.
It's going to be a heck of a ball game in Atlanta. I said Nick Saban. Georgia's yet to beat Alabama in the SEC championship game. They're 0-2 against Nick Saban, so that's something I'm sure
in
Kirby,
the SEC championship game.
Right. I'm sure Kirby would like to get that monkey off his back. So should be fun. Looking forward to it. But the Lions are really interested. Just a 3-point favorite. So again, Alabama's got that defense. Their quarterback's playing extremely well. So
they got a quarterback that's grooving in the groove now.
Right. Well, he
didn't the first of the season, but they do now.
He's a dual threat. When he starts running, he's made a lot of touchdowns with his legs. So he's a big, strong kid. So should be a great game. Looking forward to it up there in Atlanta on December the 2nd.
Okay.
Go Dogs.
Yeah, go Dogs. And it was interesting to hear you saying all the teams are playing tomorrow night throughout the state in the state playoffs, and still got local teams in there. Pierce and Appling,
and Camden, Brunswick.
Yeah,
Statesboro still playing. That's surprising. They finished 4-7. They're in the Sweet 16.
Isn't that amazing?
I said, just get in and
just get in.
Just get in. Make a run. So, congrats to them.
Yep.
Second round starts this weekend, tomorrow night.
Do they all play tomorrow night?
Yeah, everybody's playing tomorrow
night. All right, I guess they've dwindled enough now. They have enough refs to do one night.
Refs to do one night.
Well, that's good.
Everything's on Friday.
That way you won't mess up the college stuff on Saturday.
That's when high school football's set for Friday night, not Saturday. So. But it is.
Can't help it when you don't have enough refs. Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay. Quite a bit of a crowd down there yesterday in front of the DA's office at the courthouse concerning that emotional issue that's going on. And you had WDACL was over here with that. I'm not sure if there's any other media down there besides the local, but it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of all this and the fact that the case is being now turned over to the GBI.
Right. Yep. See what they uncover.
Right.
See what they decide. So. See where it goes.
Okay. And that's happening. River Jam to Saturday night out there at the JC Fairgrounds. He said Kylie and Kaylee will be on here on the show tomorrow morning to kind of wrap that up after hearing Buddy Carter call in tomorrow morning at right around 8 o'clock for the world famous Butch and Bob show.
He'll call in right at 8. So it'll be fun talking to him. I said, I haven't talked to him since the new House Speaker's been selected, so be good to get an update from him. And also talk about all the craziness going on up there. So
This crazy stuff.
get his thoughts on all that.
All right, Bob. You have a good day.
Okay.
All right, the world famous Butch and Bob show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. And it's brought to you by Connection Coffee and Creamery, Murphy Builder Supply, O'Quinn & Associates, First Southern Bank, and Van's Barbecue.